Hello friends, welcome back to our English class. Today in this video we are going to learn about the fourth story from your textbook Treasure Trove. What is the name of the story? Let's see. Heart and Hands, written by O. Henry. Now I hope many of you have heard about this writer O. Henry. Yes, he is a very popular writer. Now this is his pen name. What is his actual name, student? He was an American writer and his name is William Sidney Porter. What is his name? William Sidney Porter. He is an American writer. And this O. Henry, this name is his pen name. Generally many authors uses their pen name. So William Sidney Porter's pen name is O. Henry. Students, actually we should know about O. Henry first before starting to read this particular story. Let's read. O. Henry, especially O. Henry's short stories, are well known for their ready wit, gentle humor, and surprise endings. So, surprising endings are always the most fascinating part of O. Henry's story. And actually, I get fascinated by this every time I get fascinated by the surprised endings of each of his stories that I have read so far. He is one of my favorite authors, of course, students. See over here what has been said. His story, Heart and Hands, described the chance encounter on a train between two acquaintances. What are those two characters? Let's read out. Miss Fairchild and Mr. Easton. Mr. Easton and Mrs. Fairchild. They know each other, right? And they were traveling by a train called BM Express. The situation turns awkward when Miss Fairchild notices that Easton is handcuffed to a grim-looking man. The man intervenes to save Easton from embarrassment and prevent the girl from discovering the truth about him. It is only through the observations of their fellow passengers that the reader over here, that is us, can get to know the real nature of the relationship between the two men. Who are those two men? Those two men who are handcuffed to each other. And who are they? One is Mr. Easton and the other is the marshal. The marshal, that is the police officer, right? Now, the story is narrated in third person students. Coming to the story is narrated in third person and the narrator is subjective and does not participate in the plot at any time. Like most of O. Henry's stories, I can tell you, the authors build up a suspense. At the beginning of the story, the young man looked like a marshal from the appearance, whereas the other fat and glum-faced man appeared as a prisoner. But students, in reality, it is just the opposite. And coming to the lady of the story, that is Miss Fairchild, and the readers are, the lady in the story and the readers are made to view these two men as the narrator wanted to project them. So over here, students, the story is set on a train, B&M Express. B&M Express. The entire action is confined to one of the coaches in the train, where a young, beautiful and elegantly dressed lady, Miss Fairchild, is sitting. It is at the Denver station that the two other characters in the story board the train. So, which station? The two other passengers boarded the train? At Denver station. One of them is an old friend of Miss Fairchild. Who is he? Mr. Easton. Sorry, Mr. Easton, right. And his name the other man with whom rather with him was looking very glum faced and very grim faced and very rough, fat. Throughout the story, the passengers have a light conversation. Thus, the story depicts a casual